And they look as if they are now starting game number 2. So settle in here, friends. This could be a long one if the quarterfinals were anything to go by. That was so sick. And, mono red decks or aggressive decks in general, they get a bad rap. A lot of people go, oh, you don't need brains to play it. Like, no. Watch any incredible aggro players from the last couple of events. Willie Adel had incredible matches in one of the previous Spotlight series. Watch how Alexander has been piloting this deck, offensively and defensively. Look how Percy Fang plays mono red. Like, it's not as simple as you think it is.
Yeah, the thing with these decks is you do get some easy, straightforward games where, oh yeah, my opponent missed a land drop, I had a great draw, I steamrolled them. But it's when the games get close and you have to make unintuitive judgment calls and play around removal spells and navigate tough combat steps that it is really, really tricky, and your decisions matter.
And if you can master the red aggressive decks, you're going to have a pretty damn good win rate. Joseph Puglisi and Etai Kurtzman starting game 2 here in our semifinals. Alexander McIsaac awaits his next opponent to determine who is going home with an Infinity Gauntlet.
Puglisi starts this game with 5 cards, Kurtzman with 6. Puglisi down a game and on the play with a reasonable start, though I have to say I'm concerned by the double mountain. I hope for his sake that he has access to blue mana when he needs it next turn.
Fingers crossed here for Puglisi, who's down a game. End step looks like we're going to... Oh, no, this is in response. A null taking care of Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Doesn't want anything to do with that. Land 2, Prophetic Memory, card drawn, turn passes back. There you go, right on time. He totally didn't top deck that. Prophetic Memory as well here for Joseph, and getting in with 2 points of damage. Let's see, land 3, yep, Multiversal Passage. Another mountain here. I like these ones. These ones are much nicer than putting another whole card on the table.
Yeah, I'm with you. Having the extra whole card can be confusing. But this is just a nice, clean, easy way to represent it.
Duelist of the Mind hits the board here for Joseph. Sweet little card that we've seen in a couple of decks here this weekend. Looks to be abraded away. 3 toughness. It's relevant in this format. Not too many things can deal with it.
Oh, wow. Spell Pierce just tagged Winter Night Stories. And remember on turn 2 when Joseph played the Cauldron and Etai kind of took his time thinking about it before casting a Null? Makes me think that he had both Spell Pierce and a Null as options and foresaw this, especially against an opponent who's mulliganed, that maybe tagging Winter Night Stories was going to be a key play later on.
Hell yeah. Great heads-up play there by Etai. Unfortunately for him, though, Winter Night Stories number 2. Able to refill Joseph's hand. Got a critter to get some counters there? Perhaps.
Yeah, I would say the best thing he can do is get that VV off the battlefield. The second best thing he can do is play a creature.
Oh, okay. Draw 2 cards. He's only got 1 in hand, right?
Yep. So, yeah, wow. Judgment call on Joseph's part here. He could have played Fear of Missing Out in order to get a big creature on the battlefield and get those counters off Prophetic Memory, but it would have meant losing his whole hand.
Yeah.
And he would have, of course, drawn a card, but I think he just really valued that Quantum Riddler, thinking, I'm going to need this to get myself out of the resource disadvantage, and this is going to be my main way of winning the game if things do go long enough.
I like how he passes priority. It just looks like, come at me, bro. Man, this VV now, on the other side of things, is huge. So, representing what mana it's making. Winter Night's Story once again. Out of the graveyard there for Etai, so what can he fill his hand up with? Hey, and you're not too mad about a Quantum Riddler getting bounced, because you just get more cards off of it, right?
Yeah, provided the game goes long enough, that's a totally fine outcome.
Alright, no more mana problems here for either player. Soul Cauldron hits the board. Do we have a VV anywhere in the bin? Doesn't look like it.
No VV in either graveyard.
Untap. Draw. Joseph needs to find a way to deal with this VV on Etai on the other side of the battlefield. He has a Quantum Riddler. Etai might have an answer at this point now for it, just clean, but we'll see where Joseph decides to go with this turn. Looks like he drew something. Something he's interested in. Hey buddy. Vivi has arrived. A Braid is going to take care of Agatha's Soul Cauldron, unless Etai has something to say about it. How much do you want to fight over that, Reed?
Really depends on context. I mean, if you have a way to stop it, it's a strong consideration. But I think the best thing Etai could do is, honestly, the best thing either player could do is remove the opposing VV, because that's the really scary permanent that's going to let your opponent snowball, get that mana advantage. It's really the plan in and to itself. The Cauldron is maybe important depending on context. Like if Kurtzman can kill the opposing VV and then exile it with Cauldron, that would be great, but that's a multi-step process.
Ding! Winter Night's Story. This is what, the fourth one we've seen between these two players? Yeah. More cards for Etai. The Cauldron got something on the way out. Was it that Winter Night's Story?
Yes, one of the two Winter Night Stories.
Okay, so still has access to the other one in the yard. Does Joseph? Turn, VV sideways.
So yeah, I mean, I think we're getting to that point. So just right now, 3 counters from Profts could go onto VV, attack for 10. You're already kind of up against the wall. Like, do you want to take that and go down to 6 when VV is taking away your life total? I feel like Etai wants to make one more big play, like a card drawing play, or a couple more non-creatures to really make Joseph sweat and put him in a position where he has to chump block with his own VV.
Oof. Good lordy. There goes VV. Not in the yard where the players would like it, or not, as the case may be. He's going to get him here. The Riddler with another spell, he's got more than enough power on the board unless Joseph's got a piece of interaction for him.
Yeah, I think this might be the final turn of the game.
Woo-wee. Look at the size of that VV. Etai Kurtzman picking up the win. They're a clean 2-0 against Joseph Puglisi, and who can just laugh at the size of this 0-3. Unbelievable stuff there, and, pulling it off in the cleanest way possible.